Grape, apple, or fruit punch. Grape, apple, or fruit punch. Apple, no. Let me go with the grape. Good night, good night, good night. As you come in, please hit the like button for me, please. Good night. I hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you. Hope you all had a wonderful day and had some good dinner to eat and now sitting down ready to get your night rest. Now, people, social media is not a real place. Definitely not a real place. I saw a video where someone is begging, literally begging for somebody to sue them. And I was thinking to myself, this person is okay. Literally begging the person, to come and take out a lawsuit against them. And the person started talking about courthouse business. I had to say to myself, have mercy, Lord. You see, when you don't understand certain topics and how certain things operate, it's best you leave it alone. Because at times, people on their life, I listen to them, they look up to them so much, they're going to say, okay, I heard such and such said, I saw it go. And them are going to believe them. They're going to believe them. But anyway, that's not what I'm going to discuss tonight. But I remember that I saw that. So I had to bring it in because please hit up the like button, guys, as you come in. Just hit that like button for me, please. Yeah, sorry about that. Right. I don't know how many of you saw Lady V page or following Lady V. And people, Lady V is in Jamaica. She's posting some pictures of the individuals that she's meeting here in Jamaica. Clearly, this lady, she have a good time. She enjoy her vacation. And she posts a picture with Bam Bam, Mr. Handsome, and Mix Up Boss, and Auntie Donna. When I saw that one, trust me, it was pure smile. Should have want to see me teeth them. Or me did a grin. The reason why these are two females on social media. And when you look at it, both of them are powerful females in their own way. They are talented, they're doing their thing and everything. They have their platform, they have the numbers, and they're reaching people. And when you see people like them and people trying to get in between, to tear them apart. I don't know if you all remember, some time ago, something happened, and the people were saying that it is what was said was being said about a particular person, about AD, and that caused some big problem only for people. When I saw that picture, I was like, yes, unity. When I saw the picture of Spice and the angel, I said, yes, this is what we want. Hi, blessed one. Good night. Good night. Hit the like button for me, please, guys. I have 31. Please just hit up that like button for me, please. Right. When I saw the picture of, you may say Lady Saw, mercy Lord, the angel and Spice, I was like, yes, unity again. Unity, unity. You see the reason why? You see, females, we are powerful. When we say female powerful, me mean at times we don't know the power that we hold in our hands. The influence that female have, not only on children, but also on some big grown man. When you look at it, and even if a man is going to say that he is gay, female still instill value female, whether it be his mom, his sister. So when you look at it, the power that female have and what we can do. And when you look at social media, the entertainment industry, and you see females bringing down each other, tearing each other apart, you have to wonder what is happening, what message are they sending to the youngsters out there. And a perfect example to show how powerful females are. What that Mr. Elon Musk, I saw him name? Yes, that TikTok boss. He said, I saw an article today, and what he said is that he found a female, to lead the company. Why did he look for a female? You have to wonder. Some people might say female, they're not good in leadership position. They are too emotional and everything. But you have to understand that a lot of situation that you see day to day happening, it need that emotion, that human side to deal with it. It needs someone who genuinely care. I'm not saying that man don't care, but you need someone with that human touch and just that emotional side, just to cater to deal with the situation. Because you see, mothers, females, they just have that instinct. And when you look at it, in organization, it's the same. And when you hear this man come out and say, in find a female to lead the company, that's the reason why. Because he knows that with a female in power, in charge, the company can go in the right direction. I'm not saying that this happen 100% all the times, but at least 75% of the times it happen. When you look at our Caribbean country and the females that head the Caribbean country, look at what is happening. They are doing wonders because the female is there. So when I say this big cascade going on, separation going on social media, the entertainment industry, females trying to tear each other down and fighting against each other, you have to wonder why. If they don't realize that when they all come together and work together, they can achieve great things. So when I see that picture, I said, yes, unity. You see Spice and the Angel, oh Lord, when you look at them and they were there, I think it was so wonderful. And I hope that all the other entertainers, they look at that, and they try to take a page out of the book. Me not say man can lead, a man can deal with certain situation, but you realize that whenever it comes on to the emotion aspect, they don't really look at it. A man will more focus on, if it's an organization that's supposed to make profit, they will look at that and say, okay, how much money? And then a business about nothing, Them just want to say if them fi make 75%, not even 75, 95% profit, then just want to know say them make it. Then a business with them have to do, then just want to know say them make it. Then a business, if some of them team members going through difficult time, then just focus on the targets that were given to them. So females, understand that you are powerful. You see, when we unite together, trust me, we can create a beautiful country, a beautiful world. Because look at it, in the home, we have the children, we have the husbands, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, and majority of the time, we have a mother, we have an aunt, that play the main role in that household. The mother cook at times. Sometimes you have some male that step up to the role, The mother cook, clean the house, make sure that the child is taken care of, and all of that. The mother do. If they're having any problems, who you think they run to first? The mother for advice, especially when it comes on to other problems like relationship and so forth. They go to the mother that want to know how to deal with it. So you realize that females, not only in the home, but organization in society, people look up to you. And when you look at social media, Auntie Donna, a lot of people watch Auntie Donna. A lot of people look up to her for advice and everything. When you look at Lady V and what she's doing on her platform, the message that she's sending out there, it's powerful. And when you have these two ladies and you have one left, one right, how do you think that look? It don't look good. It don't look good. When you see that picture with both of them together now, and that you have to say yes, because clearly they meet, they have a good time together. So they don't have to be close friends, They don't have to be close friends. They don't have to sit and talk on phone every single day or send message. But they can maintain that relationship on social media. They don't have to come with a mix up the cas and cuss out each other and show shades or anything like that. They don't have to. I hope that what we saw, it will continue. And I know based on the two type of females, if you realize they are I would refer to them as two of the females on social media who are focused, who are mature, who not make certain things affect them. So I believe that they are going to maintain. Good night, Sandra. Good night. Good night, Marie Sims. Right. Good night, Janice. So they're going to maintain that acquaintance. And that is what I would want to happen. When you look at social media and you see the people, them are cuss, females doing it, bringing down each other, you have to wonder what they expect to gain from it. And this is something that I can never understand. When you have females and they realize that one person is doing better than them, why do females try to fight against each other? Why? Why they can't just support each other? And especially Black people to that too, I don't know if you all ever notice. I notice when I go in the Chinese supermarkets and wholesale, I notice one thing about them. They work together. Sometimes when you look at the vans, especially when I'm downtown, working downtown, you see the van going to the stores. And in the van, you see 2 or 3 people up front. You see a couple people on the back and everything, They will drive. There was one particular one I was driving behind one morning. And I realized that white Toyota Hiace stopped at 3 supermarkets and let out individuals. And I was just there, watching, I said, imagine. Because the traffic was there and they just stop at one, they continue up further, like maybe about 4 or 5 shop up. They stop at the next one, then they go around the corner, they stop at the next one. And I was saying to myself, imagine all of them travel together in this Toyota Hiace bus. Reach them wholesale now. Open them wholesale and have a look to make some money in the day. So what will happen now, when they're ready to leave, they're going to stop, they're going to pick up each other and go back to their destination. And I was just sitting to myself and I was just thinking, I'm saying, look at it, look how funny it is. When you have a Black man, for example, one work in Spanish Town, one work downtown or something. Well, Spanish Town and downtown too far for use that's not a good example. One work in Alpha Tree, one work in Crossroad. That is a better example. You realize that, imagine a Alpha Tree, Crossroad, close. What you think them about do? One I go jump in a Toyota IS, the next one I go jump in a Vaxi, and then go about them business. They're not looking at it to say, no, okay, we're going basically in the same hero. Just let's travel together to save some costs. And when you look on it, you realize Black people are so them operate. Selfish. They don't like for team. They don't like to teamwork. They don't like to work together. They don't like to do anything at all together. And when they realize that one person is achieving more than them, you realize that they start to fight. Good night, Nadine. They start to fight. Good night, Charmin. Fight against each other. And when you're looking, you wonder why you have so much Chinese, Indians, wholesale, supermarket, jewel store here in Jamaica. Those are the reason why. Because those individuals, they realize that the money that they're going to spend on gas, they can use it somewhere. So the carpool, they realize that instead of they were of individuals running one store and everything, they run them store themselves. When you realize, one Black man start make money, when you realize the first thing them start do, oh, I'm gonna need a manager, I'm gonna need a manager for run the business because I'm not gonna have the time. That's what they start to say. So to me, when you look at it, you see unity in every single situation, it always works out best. Look at politics. Imagine if here in Jamaica, the opposition party and the governing party, if they would work together, and put all of their ideas together, just imagine the type of country that Jamaica would be or could be. But instead, one over there with their grand idea, to them it sounds good and everything, They're sitting down, waiting to get into power so they can implement it. When they get into power, you realize that they had a side now, then start find fault. Instead, they come together and they work, they unite to work together, they continue. One left, one right. It not help. The country not help. Because I heard an opposition person was speaking about some crime plans. And I'm like, so why him not go talk to the security minister? Because clearly the security minister don't understand what is going on. The security minister don't have a clue how to fix the problems that we're having. This person claimed that they have the solution. Why they don't go and sit together and just discuss it? They don't do that. No unity, none at all. And that is the reason why we continue and we're going to continue to have the problems that we do, because there is no unity. On social media, you have these ladies, they have their different platform. And instead for them to come together and start work together, you have one over there a cuss out, one person, the next person over there saw a big lawsuit, the next person over there saw I do so, all sort of things, nobody not working together. So we are going to continue having the same problem that we have. Even in the entertainment industry, you realize that one dancehall artist, they're saying this, the other dancehall artist saying this, queen of dancehall, me the queen of dancehall, wanna throw a word and all of that. So it will continue because females, we don't understand the power we have. We don't understand how we can influence people. Because imagine if you have your spouse and your spouse come to you for advice and you have that person, and you sit and you tell the person what to do. Just imagine, and that person carry it out. Just imagine, that's the power that we hold. Even with the children, we are shaping them into the type of person that we want to be. You see, if you talk bitter stuff around that child, what type of child you think you're going to get? You're going to get a miserable bitter pitney. You're going to get a miserable pitney. You're going to wonder how the pitney can so because of the stuff that you speak around the child. If you have a child that you continue to encourage, continue to motivate, when you see the child doing this, you don't cow them down and everything. You're going to realize that you're going to have a child who is confident. You're going to have a child who is determined. you're going to realize that the child is going to want to do something. And even when they're not getting it right, they're not going to give up. They're going to continue until they get it right because of what you do as females. And Mother's Day is coming up. Happy Mother's Day when it comes to all the female here. Good night, Miss Maxine. Thank you. Good night, Nadine. Yes, Sandra, is black people thing, mindset to fight against each other. But I think that is coming from slavery days, I think it's something that is coming from slavery days because I get to understand. I remember a long time ago this was discussed. And back in slavery days, the females, the set that work in the field, they used to fight. Well, not field, that work in the house, the mansion, the great house, they used to fight against the females that work in the field. I get to understand that the females in the house used to believe that they are better than the ones out there in this field who are reaping and doing all of that. So what they used to do is that they used to carry news. So when you look at it, that's the reason why you have some people with the eye color because of the mixture that happened there. So the females that work in the mansions, the plantation, the great house, they never want the other females in the field to come and take their space. And I will never forget this. I had a history teacher, and one time there was this young lady in the class, beautiful young lady, eye colored, everything mixed. There was this other young lady, beautiful also, very dark, would refer to her as cool complexion. The girl is just black and pretty. When we say black and pretty, I mean she just black, her complexion just cool and nice. And she called up both of them in front of the class. Both of them were up there and she said, imagine you're back in slavery days, both of you working for the same master. What will happen now is Vicky will get to go in the house because of her complexion, and Susie will get to go in the field because she's dark. What will happen is that Vicky will continue to watch Susie and bring news on Susie because she don't want to lose her position in the house. She don't want to go in the sun. So she's going to grow up and feel like she's better than the black woman. That's what my history teacher said, And people, when I look at it and what she said, from slavery days, you have the brown in them, as we Jamaican call it. The brown in them feel like them better than we, the black girls. From slavery days, that is happening because them never want to lose them position in the great house. They want to maintain, they want to continue cooking, continue cleaning. They never want to go in the sun to work because they believe that they were better than the others. And I would want for you to look at what is happening now, in our society. You have the brownings until this day. They believe that they are more beautiful than a black girl. They believe that they are better than a black girl. And to show the damage that carry straight down to today's society, you have the black woman them, what you think them do? Then turn to bleaching cream and start bleach their skin because they believe that they are not beautiful. Because that is something that was sinking the head from slavery days, because they were believed that the brown woman is better, is more beautiful. And even in Jamaica in the 80s and the early 90s, you'll realize that in the banking industry, a lot of females and even journalism, that you have to be of a certain complexion. When you used to go in the bank, you never used to see, black, tough-head girl like myself. Back then, you have to have the process here or Indian or something because of what people teach them from them time and it come right down. It's since in the 2000s, you hear people now start to embrace our African culture. Yes, even in the church. Even in the church. Sunday, I was watching Andre Church, Mount Refuge. It was their fourth convention. And people, when you look at what was going on in the church, it was quite entertaining. I didn't understand one thing that was taking place, especially when they start to move with the honey. They said they were feeding something. And then me see a lady start put the coconut around the woman's foot and everything. Me never understand. Me don't know what them I do. But when you look at it, that is the religion, well, the practice, not the religion, because that's not what they came in the Americas with, but that was the practice that used to happen in Africa, and it is coming right up until today's date, where you have the African cultures, they used to do these things because they used to say they're fighting against the evil spirit. When you yes, without makeup and wig, we are not beautiful. So true. People may not even know if you apply makeup. Seriously, I don't even know how to apply makeup. The other day, I was saying to myself that I need to go and take a makeup class because I tried to watch the videos on YouTube and I tried to apply them. And people, it now work out. Now work out one bit because as me always say, me I want like a country girl. When you grow up a country, them things they never knocking on your head, even in your teen. All them knocking on your head a book. Right up. So makeup and them things there. So I'm going to take that class though, definitely. Right. So when you look at what is happening in the church, you realize that even our religion, everything, it changed because we believe that our religion that we took from Africa into the Americas with us, it is not good enough. It is not suitable. So you realize that it's diluted. You realize that you have more European culture in our society now than even African culture. Some of the foods that we eat and all of that. So to me, when you look at it, you see our history, it plays an important part in our life. And a lot of people even don't understand it. And I continue to say the same thing every single time. I see a black woman who is bleaching. It keep on coming back to me what my history teacher said when she used Vicky and Susie at the front of the class and demonstrate what used to happen in the slavery days, where they used to believe that brown, you're better than the black one. Once you have that eye complexion, you're working at the house. You're not going at the sun and all of that. They used to get more food to eat. They used to get more rest. When the children sleeping, they used to can get to sit and watch over the children. While the black one have to outside in the field, reaping, planting, getting whip and all of that. The next sad thing is that when they used to be in the house, the masters used to take turn at them. So what used to happen? The mixture continue. White, brown, because they're in the house, things are going, everything. And the white females, I get to understand that they never used to spend time on the plantation. They used to visit and then they go back to England. While the husband, they used to be out here running the plantation, but they used to say the climate is too hot for them. They couldn't survive out here because of the heat. So they just used to visit, go back to their country. And that is the reason why back in the days, you have so much eye-colored individuals. And until this day, they believe that they are better. Me not too black, but what would I call my complexion? Me no black, me no brown. Me in between. Me hair, nice black hair. My grandmother, she mix up. When me say my grandmother mix up, my grandmother father is a Syrian. I saw. I don't know if my Syrian or what, but our eye-colored man, she have Indian hair, Indian and everything. My mother now, she not take nothing from her mother. She take everything from her father. The tough ear. So me come now with the same ear and everything. The only thing is that the complexion, we're not so dark. That is the only thing. Have mercy. That's the reason why CMR in that problem, blessed one, he say all the lovely, beautiful girls and ladies, and he want all of them. So you see the problem when in and now, where female are come and show where she, then that she was pregnant and everything, that's the problem because him say all the wonderful, beautiful girls, innocent girls, and want them. So that's what happened. So, yes. So, people, please, mothers, teach your daughters to love themselves. Even if you realize that they're darker than another person, teach them to love their complexion. Let them know that they're beautiful. Because me not like when me hear people tell Pitney say, lad, you're black like tar. Nothing when me hear it so. When me hear people tell people say them black like tar, me hear people compare people with scandal bag. You know the black scandal bag that we used to use here in Jamaica? People compare people to the black scandal bag. Lad, look how you're black. You're black like a scandal. No. When you do those things, it damage the person mind. You realize that, oh, them go looking at the mirror. My black fit you, you know. Bet me go use some Nadinola, or bet me go get one Idol soap. You see how far them things they come from, Nadinola and Idol soap. Until now, they have some cream where you put by your face and all over. And then when you look, everything start come off. The other day I was traveling to work. I traveled with my brother, and we were going to work, you know. And this lady was crossing. I had to say to my brother, look on a woman, yeah, man. Yes, people, yes, when I look on the lady, I not even know how to describe her complexion. She not black. She not dark. She's not of dark complexion. She not brown. The lady more look like burgundy. Seriously. The lady look burgundy. And I was like, mercy, Lord, oh, she looks so. And I was there, you know, and when the lady crossed the road, you know, the driver behind me after blow him on for me drive because I was just there staring at the lady. I wonder, oh, she looks so. I never knew that someone could have been burgundy. I never know say you have burgundy complexion. And I was just looking at her and I said, cheese and peas. And you know, say, she not ugly, you know. She not ugly. So just imagine how she did look before. And I'm saying, why she do that to herself? When she looking at the mirror, what she said to herself? And when did I look on the lady, you know? I said, no, man. And when me drive up, because she was walking on the other side, there was traffic. Even when me drive a little bit, me still look on the lady because I was just saying it to myself. Why? So you have to teach your children to love themselves. Love themselves, not only your daughters, but also your sons, because even them now start to take up this bleaching thing. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know, but everything, it is coming from slavery time. The unity where you have people fighting against each other, no unity from slavery time, them things there come from. Because the females, they used to fight against each other. The males, they used to fight against each other. Because back in the days, you know, I get to understand when you're a slave and a male and they promote you with the whip, that is a big promotion, you know. When they give you the overseer job, that's how what they used to call it, and they give you the whip. Me hear say the male them used to feel like they're rich. Why? Because now they have the whip in their hand and they can go and whip their brother and sister that they believe not doing what they're supposed to do. So you realize that from them time there, we have black people fighting against each other until today date. They don't want to work together. When you have a black man operate a business, the next black man fight against him. When you have a black person have a wholesale, oh, me not go over Mark shop, Mark too dear, then gone at the Chinaman store. And when you go to the Chinaman store now, Mark is selling a sneakers. The sneakers cost, for example, 5,000, not even 5,000, say $10,000. And the sneakers that Mark is selling is of good quality. You got a Chinaman store now because you see a sneakers down there for 2,500 and you go buy it. When you buy that, you wear it 3 months. What happened? It lift up. You gone back at the Chinaman store again, go and buy your next one. Mark is there selling is that costs $10,000. If you buy the good quality one from Mark that costs $10,000, it would serve you for the entire year. But people don't think about those things. They don't. They just look at the short term and they said, okay, then me I go Mr. Chin because Mr. Chin I sell this with this and that. Me nah go mark one too dear. So you realize that you don't support your brothers because you believe that what they're doing, what they're selling, it might be too expensive and this, while the Chinaman, theirs cheap. But guess what? You know good. You wear it 2 times, it pop out by you. I have a perfect example. Me go one Chinaman store, me never want the slippers, I see this cute slippers. It did cute. It did really, really nice. And I buy it. $700 fee. Cheap money that. I buy the slippers. People, I wear the slippers must say 3 times. The 4th time I put on the slippers, I walk, in a Spanish town, like me a hot girl. No. The slippers pop out for me. I have to go into the Chinaman store again. Go buy one cheap one again. And when I go into the Chinaman store, and buy the slippers, and I come up, I say, me a mad smaddy, the Chinaman store, me go buy this, and I come back in here, come buy a next one. And the same thing is going to happen again. You know what I did? I went back in there and I got exchange the slippers. I exchanged the slippers and did have some little plastic one. And the little plastic one did I sell for a little bit cheaper. Me exchange it for the little plastic one and then tell me, so then now I refund my money. Me have to take something else. Me just take some little, I must have about 3 or 4 rags me take with the plastic slippers. Because if me never do that, the same thing would have happened. And when me look on it, I say, imagine, and me always I talk about them things here to my mother, and me can do the same thing again to buy the cheap stuff when I go last. So we have to support each other, not just in their business, but even when we see them on social media and they're doing the thing, we have to support them. I remember some time ago, I was watching something, and this female, she was saying that she always asking people to share out the bigger bloggers them, and them don't do it. And I was thinking to myself, why them stay so? Because you see, the thing is, when you look at it, YouTube, a perfect example, TikTok, and when you look, a big platform, everybody, you see, if you share one person, it not gonna do nothing, it not gonna affect your earnings, it not gonna affect your subscriber, it not gonna affect a thing on your page. You're still going to have it once you support the individual. So we have to support each other, help to build our brothers and sisters, encourage them, teach them that they are beautiful inside and outside. Don't compare them to anything. Not compare them to animals, not compare them to any items, because you can never tell what is going on in the mind. And since I mentioned the mind, I don't know if you all heard the news about one already. That is, Manilek, Young Sam, the so-called wanted man that was on social media. He posted something, and in the video, he was speaking about how big and bad he was, what he did and everything. The Clarendon police, they said that there is no information to suggest that he was if you understand, he was that. So they said that they had him on their radar for a time, but he wasn't anybody major, so them never focused on him. And you see, he come on social media and him go on and everything. You see, his friend posted something today now, and the friend was speaking and saying that all he wanted, I posted it on my platform also, all he wanted was help. That's what he wanted. And when you listen to it, people, he was crying out for help, And I have to wonder what happened to his family, what happened to his friends. Because you see, when you listen to him and the things he was saying, the way him look, everything, you could see that something was going on in his mind, in his head. Something was going on up there. And you have to wonder why his friends never get him the help that he need. He came on social media, he posted that video. When you listen to his friend, he was begging someone to take him out. That's the reason why he did that. He really wanted to go out. So you realize that maybe what he did was affecting his head. He couldn't sleep and so forth because of his past or something. And people, you have to take them things there serious. You have to take it serious because a lot of people out there, they are suffering in silence. They don't want anybody to know what is going on. They're suffering from depression, some mental illness, anxiety. They don't want anybody to know because people will look at them and people will say that they are mad. And to me, that is one of the worst things to say to a person, that they're mad. Or you act so mad. Or you, no, not say that to people because you can never tell what they're going through. This man, he came out crying for help in the wrong way because once you do something like that, once you come and you say all of them things there, once you wave that tool in your hand, what happened to him would have happened. That is one thing for sure. Guys, please hit up the like button. Please. Please just like the button for me. Hit the thumbs up for me, please. Sorry. Right. So you don't know what is going on in the mind. So you have to be careful. Yesterday, on happenings in Jamaica, there was a news story of this gentleman in St. Mary that kidnapped this 7-year-old. And when you listen to it, people, today in the news, they're saying that he is of unsound mind. When you listen to the story about that gentleman with the Thai G that tried to hold up beryllium guards in St. Thomas, they said that he also is of unsound mind. You realize that you have these individuals in our society who are in need of help. They are crying out for help. Family and friends, they see, them sister, them need the help, and you have to wonder why they don't reach out. I wonder if they don't know where to bring them. I wonder why. And we have to understand that even if you have somebody and that person is suffering, people can't take it simple. You have to take it very, very serious because these same people that you love and care for, they can, and at times they will cause harm to you. So you have to make sure that whenever you have a family member or a friend who is suffering from any mental illness, make sure that they're on their medication. Make sure that they're getting the help that they need. Make sure so them go counseling. Here in Jamaica, it is quite expensive. A lot of people, they go to Bellevue, but there is a stigma surrounding the Bellevue Hospital. So people don't like to go there because once they see people going there, leaving, they classify them as that. So a lot of people don't like to go there. But people, please understand, if you know someone and the person is suffering, take it seriously. Because when you look at these stories that are in the media, that guy that take the people, them 7-year-old, him go raper, tie her up with rope. When you look at young Sam, him sick, him head gone. Gone. When you look at the beryllium guy that hold it up, clearly something gone there so too. It gone. Some people are saying it was a prank, some say but I will just go with what is in the news, that he's of unsound mind. I Sharon night. And you have to take it serious, really serious. And you see, even on social media, me don't know if you don't realize, but me sit, and you see the little counseling courses that I did in school, I sat, and me look, and me analyze, and some of them, I say, no, you don't need help. You don't really need help. And what you realize, because of the past that these individuals had, I believe that it is affecting them until today's date. Whole heap of them go through some trauma in their life, and all know them not ill. All know. So even on social media, you have them who are suffering. And why? They don't want to get help because they're afraid. They're afraid what people are going to say to them. They're afraid what people are going to say because how people on social media stay. I was watching a video. This one was on TikTok. And sorry, guys, 10 story in a one. So just bear with me. This one was about CMR, and I found it quite funny. This man was saying that CMR need to go St. Mary, and he need for bed. He need a bath for 9 days because him not understand how a man can be so stupid. So he need to go St. Mary. People, yes, when I listen to him, I laugh. And I tell you why I laugh. I don't think St. Mary going to help him. He need to go St. Thomas, St. Mary. I wish part else them say them something there. Well, I always St. Thomas and St. Mary, I hear people talk about. Him need to go the two of them. One bath for 9 days now. I think he need it for 90 days. And you see when me look upon him too, I think sitting around with a man there, I think that man is suffering from something is going on in his head. Because I can't understand how a married man with a family, daughters, go on with them something there. And when you look at the little girls, I don't like some big man, it not right any way you put it, but the little girl, when me listen to one talk, and I'm like, oh my, because the way she was speaking, it shows that she not mature, none at all, none at all. It just goes to show that she is young. She's her mind innocent. And when me look at it, I say this big man, do something like that. When you look at his wife, right now I'm wondering how is she coping with everything that is going on? Because people, I wouldn't say marriage counseling, because at this point, honestly, I know everything counseling can help, marriage counseling can help, because right now, I don't think no counseling can help for them situation. But when I look at the wife now and what is going on social media, what people are saying about her, I think that she need counseling. Her children, they are going to need counseling, because I know for sure that they're going to hear what is happening or what is taking place. So they need counseling, serious counseling. You see that man? Honestly, I think he's one of those individuals, you have some big man, and most time you wonder why they stay like that. You realize that they are married. At times they are in relationship for years. And when you look at the wife, you wonder, nice wife, look good, everything. And those man, they always have some liquor. We refer to them as Lego beasts. At that, me refer to them as, because them always go for some little girls, and you have to wonder why they go for those type of young girls, because of the immaturity, because they want somebody who they can manipulate, they want somebody who they can twirl around their little finger. They don't want nobody where go talk back to them, we are going to ask them too much questions. Then like somebody, if they give a little 500 or a little, the person satisfied with it. And I wonder why they act like that, why they behave like that. Today I was listening to the young girl when I was driving over, and she was doing the interview and she was showing the document. And I'm like, because she was pregnant and she went through a ectopic pregnancy and she was speaking about it. And I'm like, oh my God. She almost bring a child into that situation. A child almost come into the confusion. And I was just like, a child almost have a child. Poor thing to find our way into this world yet. And almost end up bring a one into this world. And I'm like, oh my God. You see, sometimes when you say God makes certain things happen, people wonder why. But him know why. He knows why he made that girl lost that baby. Because him look at her, him realize that she's not ready to be a mother. The situation that she was in, it not ready for any life, young baby to be in that situation. So to me, that was the reason why. And when you listen to her, I believe that maybe if that never happened, she would have done something else to take care of it. I don't know. Wow, 4 homes. Wow. So sorry. Exactly. That's what I can't understand because it's always married man. Always married man. The reason why I said that at times it's always married man because I have to deal with some of them. And what I realize when you hear the females, they talk about it, it's always a married man. I know of this young girl, just 16, and she was by a married man, and not just a married man, but an elder in the church, a man who her parents trust her with. So this man would have picked her up from the school, every evening the man pick her up from the school because he worked close by. So he pick her up from the school and carry her home. And what happened is that while he was picking her up, it started from rubbing down the legs until eventually more start to happen. She gave in because she was getting KFC chicken, she was getting burger, she was getting her Payless shoes, she was getting everything that, the little young girl them love. She get new phone for her birthday. The mother never say anything because her brother such and such gave her the phone. This young lady eventually got pregnant. When it came out that it was for that man, what do you think happened? People, they don't, until this day, nobody not understand how the man they left Jamaica so fast. Because it came out like the Tuesday, the mother found out that the girl was pregnant and who she was pregnant for. And by the mother to take up the phone and call and everything, because I get to understand that the man knew about the pregnancy from before. The man left. Them said the man just take up his passport, just go in a vehicle and everything. They not even didn't know saying take up his passport and go in a vehicle, him not even pack a bag. You don't know which part the man did today there? In a US. In a US. The man just run away. And when you hear people say, well, the good thing is that in my mind, the pitney. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, seriously? When you hear the woman say, the good thing in my mind, the baby, and he might take care of her, she can't go back to school. I'm like, but him not pay for the crime that he did all now. Him not suffer. This gentleman, he did that to a 16-year-old because he was afraid of facing the penalty of his crime. The man run gone, fly out fast, fast, fast. Everybody, it could like a man just go airport and just jump on a plane. It could like that. And then when you hear the mother now, because she's getting money from this man every month or every week. I don't know how often him send money. I don't know if he send money every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. But based on what I get to understand, they are getting money from him. Him send money for the young girl and him send money for the child. And me I said, just because he must send money, you think say it's all right? You gotta say at least he must take care of your daughter and your grandchild? And you think that is okay? And when I sit in and sometimes I just have to just say, okay then, hold it, K, hold it, pray, hold it. Because sometimes you want to tell the people them your mind, you know. Sometimes you want to take up something and just let them cross them. Sorry, if it just knock some sense, but you just have to say, hold it. Because how can you know that your daughter suffer and you're going to say no, that at least basically you're saying no, you forgive the man, what the man did was okay, because now he's taking care of your daughter, he's taking care of the grandchild, so what he did is okay to you, because you're getting, whether it be 100 US, 200 US, any amount, because you're getting some US dollars, because you're getting money. So it shows some of them mother here, they licky, and they would put up with certain things. They don't remember, what. Sorry, they don't remember, or they try their best not to think about what the child went through or anything. Rob this child of their childhood. And then you're going to think that, okay, because I get the US dollars, everything all right. No, it not all right. People, you see, you see, once that man land back at Jamaica, he would have to answer. We not got to make it go so, but this is what is happening here in Jamaica. A lot of mothers, they feel in their child, their daughters, the sons. When you listen to some of them, especially in the inner city, they will tell the daughters that, boy, you have to go do it because him had it done. That is what some of them say to their daughters. You have to do it because they are the done. When you hear young boys saying that they don't get to go to school because the done of that community want them to go out at that stoplight, figure collect money or so forth, so them no go to school. When you hear them say, such and such say, school no important because then can make more money on the street, if you understand what I'm saying. You have to wonder. And the mothers now, they are sitting there, not, boy, I don't know, them not defend them pitney again. Them just let them down. They make the dons them in these community control them, they could pitney them head. So if this person say, do that, them do it. If him send for your daughter, you have to go do it, because we don't want nothing to happen to we, or just go and go do it. And you wonder why. So we have to understand that these children, the need for us to protect them. I'm not saying your children, or your son or your daughter. I said these children because I'm speaking generally. Every single pitney where you see out there, they need an adult to look up to look out for them and to protect them, because a lot of them, they don't have that motherly figure in their life. They don't have that mother to protect them or just to take care of them. They don't have it. So they just want somebody who will just be there for them, encourage them, and everything. Just imagine if you now live in these communities and you have your daughter, the person sent for your daughter. I believe that if the person sent for your daughter, if you don't have no relative at Timbuktu, you find a way at Timbuktu. Any which part, because at times, once it's within the same parish, you will realize that if the person leave this community to go to the next one, they find them. And when they find them, they normally beat them up and do all sort of something to them. Sorry, that's what they normally do. So I believe that what they're supposed to do is that whenever you see you're facing this situation where a person sending for your child, whether to go on the road to hustle or to go with them, pack your bag. go to our next parish. If you don't have no money, try to borrow it from somebody and go there. No make nobody know which part, but you have to protect your child at every single cost. God never give you them for you if you just make people come and abuse them and no. You have to protect them. And when you look at what is happening now, a lot of the things are because of that. A lot of the things are because of that. And even the females that are in these communities, you realize that some of them, once they're dark complexion, the hair is kinky, you realize that they can live in peace in these communities. Literally, people, I'm not joking. When you have a child, a daughter, and if that daughter is of light complexion, have a little pretty hair, and especially if the child have shape, oh Lord, that child can't stay in those communities. Can't, because them are going to make her go up. You're going to realize that battery, all of them something they are going to go on with your little pitney. That is what is happening in some of these communities. Not all, but some. So you realize that a lot of mothers, they are living in there and they are living in fear, not only because of their life, but because of the life of their children, because they know what can happen to their child. So at times you have the parents, they're there, and once they realize that their daughters start to reach of a certain age, you realize that they move out of that community and go somewhere else because they're trying to protect that child life, that child innocent. They're trying to protect it. So they will move to another community or another parish. While they have some mothers in those communities, they realize what will happen, but they don't care. Some of them will say that they want the protection and they want the money. Yes, they're hurting the boys too. They're hurting the boys too. And people, I'm not going to share this story because we don't want nobody to hear about it. But you see, our boys, trust me, they're going through it. And when I say they're going through it, I mean they're going through it. At right now, me fret for the little boys out there because they are getting it worse than the girls. When I said worse, I mean they are getting it worse than the girls, literally. And when they get it like that, it mash up them head. Mash up them head, people. Mash up them head. You almost wonder how I normally do. I do something, and in certain communities, I do something. So from time to time, I will go and I speak to these individuals. And when some of them tell you about what they got through, summer is coming up now, and people, I am going to tell you, it is. I don't know how me I go cope come this summer, because sometimes when you hear the stories, it gives you a headache. You can't sleep. You're in your bed. Sometimes and you sit up and you think, all right, oh, me can go help that one here. What me can do? Okay. It's serious. It's really, really serious. And especially when you hear what the little boys they go through. And there is this program here in Jamaica. They call it the Child Diversion Program. And it's offered by a Ministry of Justice. And people, you see, when you look at it, majority of the children that they're trying to divert out of the court system are boys. And when you listen to some of them, you get to understand that the reason why they are there going through whatever problem is because of some big man and what they do to them. The other day, Art reached out to me and I was there talking because I called him because I wanted to get somebody in Art. And when I was speaking to the gentleman on the phone, he said to me, where him come from? And me tell him. And him say, oh, which part of the community? I'm telling him which part of the community. He said, have mercy, you sure? He said, am I going to stay in the program? I say, yes, am I going to stay in the program? He say, you sure? I say, yes. Because what happened is that a lot of them, they have the issues. You get them into institutions, but they don't stay in. They can't stay in the program that you get them in because them not get no money and they have to bring in money. If they're not bringing money in the household, problem. I remember I was taking the Portmore toll and right at, where you call it, the intersection to go to 3 Mile, Marcus Garvey right there. You have some boys, you have some boys that wipe the windshield. And one of them, very young, I said to him, because it was during school hours, I said, why you're not in school? He said that his mother don't have any money to send him to school. So he's there. So I said, if you get the money, you would go to school? Him say, yes, he want go to school, but sometimes he don't get to go to school even if him have the money. I said to him, why? If you have the money, you don't go to school. Because him sister have to go to school. I say, oh, you have a sister to him? Say, yes. So me with my fast self now, drive, go on the other part, call him, and start fasting at the little boy business. I say, how old is your sister? His sister is 15. He's about, based on how he look, you can see him about 9, 8, 9, somewhere there. Young little boy. And I say, okay. So I say, so your sister go school, which school? You realize that the sister is going to a very very good school in Kingston. And I said, oh, clearly she bright. I said, oh, she bright. And him say, yes. I said, okay. And he said, that's why they don't want to send him to school because they said that his sister is brighter than him. So his sister can come out to be something. I said, who said that to you? Him mother. I said, your mother said that to you? He said, yeah, my mother tell me, say me don't. It don't make sense, me go to school. People, I was shocked. Because I said, really, the mother said that to him? The mother tell the little boy, say, it no make sense. Him go to school because him don't. So the mother has sent the daughter to school because clearly the daughter is doing what she's supposed to do. And me didn't, I say, all right then. I gave him some money and I was watching him and I never drive off same time. I was watching him to see if he was going to go back. And what I saw, this little boy, what he did, he went across the road and he go like he's going into Seaview Garden. So so right there, so he don't wipe car for the day. Him decide say he now wipe no more. And he gone. So when I was there and I drive off, I say, you know what I realize is that him not really want to do that. He's doing it because his mother sent him out. Because if me just give him just $1,000 and him gone about in business just like that, him just say, he put it in his pocket and see if he can make some more money. Him just gone because him say, all right, maybe this our lunch money for tomorrow or something, and him gone with it. And that is what we have happening here in Jamaica. A lot of these youngsters, boys, they might face it serious. They're facing it from the big man in the communities that nowadays, as much as how you hear them cuss out certain practices and talk bad about it, they are the same one who are doing it. When we say they are the same one doing it, they are the same one doing it. They run down the little boy them when they see them. And then you wonder, these are the same so-called bad man as them call themselves, and they are the ones who, when they come out or they hear them say, me born this, and they are the same ones doing it to the little boys. The same one. And you wonder, why they're doing it? Why they can't let the children live their life, enjoy their childhood. Not only the little girls, but even the boys now are suffering because of adults and their greed and their selfish ways. The juice finished. Okay. Yes, so that is a sad thing that is going on, but people, please protect them, love them. It no matter if you realize that one is not performing in school, bear in mind that not everyone is going to become a lawyer, not everyone is going to become a doctor, not everyone is going to become a manager, accountant, teacher. You're going to need the mechanics, you're going to need the carpenter, you're going to need the construction workers just the same. So, in spite of what you see the child going through, if you realize that they're not good with the maths and the English, you realize that at times these are the same children. They're very good with the hands, the same child. They're good with the hands. You realize that some of them, they can fix the computer. It's like a computer technician growing up. So protect them. Don't give up on them. And remember, no matter what, try to be united in every single thing that you do. If at church, unity. Work, unity. School, unity. In the home, unity. You see, the funny thing when we realize, even in the home, we don't have unity. Not even in the home. You have mothers, daughters fighting against each other in the home. Brother, sister fighting against each other in the home. Mother and father living like puss and dog in the house. And you wonder, what are they teaching the children? And when you see certain things happening in society, you wonder why they're fighting against each other. When you look at what is taking place in the schools, the IPA fights and all, you wonder why. It's because of what the children are learning. They look at individuals in the society, not just from in the household, but in the society. They're looking at individuals and they realize that people are not united. People are fighting against each other. And maybe they look at it, and they said, okay, then it don't make no sense. Me try to like this person or so. So you realize that they start to fight against each other because that is just, it's everywhere. Everybody, where them say, a fight against each other. So they go to school now and they start to do the same thing, fighting against each other. When you look at teachers in school fighting against each other also. In the workplace, people every day in a workplace fight against each other. Some are fight for this position. And you wonder at the end of the day, you wonder if they don't realize the position no matter. You might earn a little more, but at the end of the day, what will happen? You're going to you're going to go 6 feet under, leave that position. You're going to retire, leave that position and everything. When you retire, what you think you're going to take with you from the organization? Just a little pension or anything that they're giving you. You're not going to take that big title. If you listen to it, sometimes you hear retired judge, retired doctor, or farmer, this or something when they reach up there. You realize that the farmer, retire, or something always come before. So you wonder why they continue to fight against each other in organization. And when they reach retirement, they're not taking the position. They're not taking the position with them. Even if the job pays very well, it's just money. At the end of the day, what you think I got happen? You either go save up the money and then you're going to leave it. Nothing more. Yes, you're going to live a little, but it don't make sense. When you look at it, at times, these same people that fight against each other, these same people that fight against each other, you realize that when they reach up there in the age, 50, 60, 70, are the miserable set of people them. They're miserable so till. And when you look on them sometimes, you have to wonder, why them so miserable? Why you think? They don't have nobody for torment. They don't have nobody for make their life for fight against. Sometimes they just in a them house, they have their little husband, then grandchildren, and that's it. They not want to fight against them, because they love them, and sometimes they even try to fight against them. But to me, when you look on some of them, they're miserable because they can't fight against anybody. They sit down, they realize that all the life they waste They waste fighting here, there, fight doing this and everything. And now they sit back, they look, they realize that really and truly they don't achieve anything. All they did was just waste the time. So please live in unity. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. Understand that at the end of the day, we all enter this world naked, and that is the same way we are going to leave. We're not going to leave with the pretty cars. We're not going to leave with the big house. We're not going to leave with the bank account. They're going to put on a little suit on us. They're going to put on some little jewelry and some makeup will look terrible on your face, and that's it. Nothing more. Put you in a nice pretty box and or cremate you, and that's it. So just make sure you treat people with love. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Love each other. If you want somebody to have something, try to work it out and understand that at the end of the day, all you need is just unity to have peace in this world. So guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight on Dark Nights with Lady in the Dark, okay? So I hope you all will have a good night. Blessed one, Sharon. Let me see who else is here. Okay, guys, I have 51 people on the live now. Can you please hit the like button for me, please? Please hit the like button. I have 35 likes so far. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I missed a comment here. Blessed one say, notice Eve took news carrying from the snake and cut herself off from God. And until now, many women doing the same. So true. So true. Took news carrying. You take the news from here and everything. And you see, sometimes when you carry news, Eve cut herself from God, and some of these females, when you see them, you wonder why. Them wonder, okay, how me never get the man, or how me never get the position there, or why me never give me that? Why? Because you carry the news. You carry news, and when time you're carrying your gossip like that, people tend to look at it and say, okay, so if she a gossip against Pat like that, the same way she a gossip with Pat again with me. And that got happen, You bring Pat story to me. You see anything when I say to you, I got same person there. I got take it back to Pat, twist it and everything. So that always happen. Okay, I read that one already. In the darkest king churches, the pastor's wife is called First Lady. Huh? I don't understand one there. Me can't understand this First Lady thing too, I went to a Sunday church some time ago, people. A long time. When I say some time ago, I go to church from year start. Jesus and peace. I went to a Sunday church. I think it was maybe sometime last year. And there was this lady, and she was the first lady. And I was sitting, when we go to church, me look and analyze everything. You see the chair where the pastor and my wife sit down, are the prettiest set of chair them in the church. When me say the chair pretty, me mean it pretty. When you look on the wife, I'm like, okay then. Okay. The way them treat them, I'm like, okay. I was thinking to myself, all right, so if I saw the people them in the church, I got to treat you as a first lady. Me need to go find a pastor man I'm married to them. Then give them water, then give them juice and everything. Then get them cushion when them a pray. The cushion is there for her to kneel on. And when me did that, me looking at the church, me see everybody else and kneel on the tile. They don't have no cushion. But the pastor up there and him first lady have cushion, and a couple more people have cushion. And I'm like, but wait, I want to go on. And me sit down in a church, and me sit down and me and look and me say, okay then. All right. Now me understand. So even in the church, the superior thing, and everything. And you know, so that first lady was a brown lady. Yep. Funny. She was a browning. You remember Buju's song? When I big up the browning, and him have to come out with one about the blackening. I try redeem himself. Well, that never work one bit. Hold on there. Just reading the comments, guys. Yep, church demons. He might go get in a trouble like R. Kelly. He might go get in a trouble. Because I believe when I listened to it, you know, the girl said, we're talking about CMR now. The girl said she is, I think, 21, and they're together for 2 years now. And I'm like, seriously? I want Pitney. He go take up. So I have to wonder if him how much other young females out there are, if any, that he might touch is underage. I don't know. But if him not cool down, I think him need to come Jamaica and take that gentleman advice, go to St. Mary. He need to get a bath for not 9 days, but I would say 90 days, because 9 days now go cleanse him from his dirty ways. So he need to go St. Mary, go get a bath, go St. Thomas, go get one too. And because you know what them say, St. Mary and St. Thomas, the most powerful. So he need to get it. So once, because trust me, I don't know what going to change him. I don't know. Only God one can change that man attitude. Okay then, guys. Call her. Okay, please call her when you get off the live. Call who? Call me. Tell me now. Sharon, call me. Please call her when you get off when she get off the live. Yes, Janice, have a blessed and peaceful night. Okay, guys. Good night, all. Please have a good night. I hope you all will sleep well, be safe, and please remember, treat each other with love and respect. Good night.